There are very few people, let alone politicians, who are so popular and so familiar that they're known by one name. In Wisconsin, that name is Tommy.
Tommy Thompson is not going to run for politics anymore. I've had my fling. It's been a tremendous life.
So there's the answer to your first question. But after spending almost his entire adult life in politics, including a record 14 years as governor, not running might not be easy.
There's no question about it. I love politics. I guess I don't love politics so much as I love people. I was 23 years of age when I got elected to the state legislature.
Not bad from the boy from Elroy who got the proclivity for politics from his father, a business owner and president of the local Road and Bridge Committee. Thompson went away to college in Madison and as a junior spent the summer of 1963 in Washington as a congressional intern.
And I was on the mall when Martin Luther King gave his "I Have a Dream" speech. So
what was that like?
it was absolutely fascinating.
Thompson came home inspired to lead the conservative cause on the UW campus. He tried to get a job at the Capitol with his local assemblyman, but got rejected. So as a senior in law school, Thompson launched his first political campaign, beating 16-year incumbent Louis Ramel, the guy who wouldn't give him a job. And he did it in familiar Wisconsin political style.
I go to farm, wedding to wedding, whatever the case may be. I'd see a bunch of cars, high school graduation, I'd walk in, talk to the people.
And they're going, who's this guy?
Who is this guy? And pretty soon, it was going, did you know that young Tommy Thompson from Elroy is all over?
He may have been young, but Tommy Thompson was not naive. He wasn't in office a month when he successfully traded his vote for Assembly Speaker for a seat on the most powerful committee in the legislature, Joint Finance.
I had nothing to bargain with, but here this young guy is pushing his weight around at 23.
Your first political deal.
My first political deal.
But by no means his last.
It was fun cutting deals. Now, making things happen, getting legislation passed. Back then, we could go out in the evening, and we could argue on the floor, but we could go out and have a nice steak dinner and a couple beers and talk over things.
But Thompson made a name for himself in the assembly for blocking legislation.
When you're a minority leader, you're often saying no to things or trying to stop what the other party's doing. So he was called Dr. No.
I used the rules to stop what I consider bad legislation. The Democrats who were the majority, Tony Earl was a majority leader. He would get very upset with me, but we became very close friends.
But in 1986, the Friends went head-to-head in their biggest political battle for governor.
We've always gotten along. I mean, I sure didn't look forward to getting retired by him, but that was not, if you're going to get beat, that's the way to get beat, I guess.
Thompson used his tried and true campaign strategy, traveling the state and meeting with voters nonstop.
I can still remember going on Highway 29 and falling asleep and going in the ditch and waking up and having to go to get a farmer up at 2 o'clock in the morning and pull me out of the ditch. Now, luckily, I was alive, but that's what it took, and it was the hard work, and so I was able to successfully do it.
During much of his unprecedented 4 terms as governor, Democrats had control of one or both houses of the legislature and the state's U.S. Senate seats. Yet, Thompson was able to pass a massive agenda that included welfare reform, the issue that put him on the national radar.
He wasn't afraid to work with the other side, but he did it through sort of an irrepressible personality.
Thompson's accomplishments as governor got the attention of President George W. Bush, who convinced him to leave Wisconsin and join his cabinet as Secretary of Health and Human Services.
The first year I really disliked it.
Why?
Because being governor, you run something. You had it in the Department of Health and Human Services. You're always beholden to the White House.
In 2005, Thompson went into private business as a healthcare lobbyist. He was 63, and it was the first time since age 23 that he didn't have a job as a politician. In 2007, he put his hat in the ring for the Republican presidential nomination, but pulled out after a low showing in the Iowa straw poll. He went all in for the 2012 U.S. Senate race, but lost to Democrat Tammy Baldwin after winning an expensive primary.
Do you regret having run?
No, because I would have regretted not running because I wanted to serve. I wanted to change this country. and I really think I had the best ideas to do so.
What do you want your legacy to be?
He cared, he promised, he delivered, he worked hard, and he loved the state.